When people master the anchored dead bug is when I find that they're ready to actually begin working their abs. And the reason why I say that is because most of the time there is not the motor recruitment necessary to do all the stuff correctly. So without making this video excessively long, I feel it's important to clarify so that you are doing this exactly right. If I'm here and I'm doing some sort of hollow body thing, but I don't have any low back contact, I can technically execute this kind of like approximation of a hollow body rock with zero ab tension. I literally have an absence of ab tension. I'm kind of just like flailing myself back and forth, which is very different than if I were to have both of my shoulders and my hips off the ground. That second part being what we're focusing on and what tends to be most elusive. And then I get into my length, which a little out of room here, but hip, you can see I truly have that rocking position, okay? So the anchor, and this could be anything, bottom of couch, heavy dumbbells, a bench with some plates on it, doesn't really matter. The goal is it gives me something to anchor with. It could be a post, just like so, it could be a doorway, it doesn't really matter. From there, I'm pulling myself up. Now, how high I pull myself up determines how difficult this is gonna be. This is gonna be relatively easy. I kind of not really loaded, everything straight up in the air, but depending on how compromised your midsection is, well, that very well might be the stimulus you're going for. The goal I would have for you here is how much can you get your hips into the air? Step one. Step two is lower them just so that there is a bit of space. Let's call that like 3 inches of space. From there, how long and out can you take your leg? Harder, easier, 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 easier as you go up. So basically, the longer and flatter you can get without your hips touching is the more and more difficult it's going to be. Now, why does this matter at all? Well, I want to add some length to my hip flexors to create a huge long lever on my abs. If I can do that, I can do pretty much anything. It's the absence of that tension and my hips just won't stay up there. It's like, look, I'm doing it. Well, this is, at this point, absolutely nothing. Those hips have to be up, boom, like so. So, as a gateway to all of your higher level ab movements, I need an anchor to pick up my hips, to get some length, to stimulate the hell out of my core, anchored by my hip flexors in a way that I feel doesn't really get the job done elsewhere. So this is again very much about intent, very much about length, very much about how much you put into it and keep all those pieces in play. If you do it correctly, your abs will be absolutely toast.